All right, good morning, athletes. We're going to have a little conversation today about caffeine usage. I've seen a lot of you guys putting a few extra scoops of that NO Explode into those pre-game Gatorades. So I want to talk about what exactly, why we're doing that before we're just ignorantly and naively throwing those 5 scoops NO into the Gatorade. So is there a benefit to taking caffeine? What is it really doing to our body? We're going to talk about benefits, risks. We're going to talk about what are the guidelines, because you guys could actually get suspended for taking too much of that. And then from there, talk about what is a healthy dose to take. So many benefits of caffeine. They enhance endurance, so they're not going to necessarily help with strength. A lot of studies show that 1 rep max strength is not being increased with caffeine consumption prior to exercise. However, there is a lot of research showing that endurance type exercise, so performing more repetitions, is improved with caffeine consumption prior to the exercise. So caffeine is going to enhance endurance. Multiple studies have shown endurance athletes that perform in all types of events, short duration with high intensity and prolonged high intensity, ultra endurance events. So you got your triathletes, you got your ultra marathoners, ultra Ironman runners, and then team and racket sports. All these athletes are going to benefit from caffeine usage because, again, it's good with endurance-based exercise. Another huge component of caffeine usage is it's going to spare glycogen store. So we all know glycogen within the muscles is going to be that primary source of energy from the carbs stored in the muscle. So it's going to spare that usage, so it kind of prolongs the capability of glycogen to perform longer. So there's some benefits. Not necessarily going to improve strength, but it's going to improve endurance. What are some of the risks? Obviously, we all know sometimes when we drink a lot of caffeine or those pre-workouts, it's going to increase that heart rate pretty substantially, okay? Which isn't always a good thing, okay? It's really not. Gastrointestinal distress, okay? We've all felt a little, maybe some heartburn, maybe some stomach getting upset. Insomnia, all right? We can't drink coffee too late or else we're not going to be able to sleep. And then with super high doses, we're even looking at caffeine intoxication, all right? So we don't want to mess around with those pre-workouts that have in excess of 500 milligrams of caffeine. Okay, because a healthy dose, really, anywhere from 2 to 6 milligrams of caffeine per kilogram of body weight. So you got an 80 kilogram athlete, about 170 pounds. You're looking at about 160 to be that starting point, 160 milligrams up to maybe 480, but really that's the upper end. Anything in excess of 6 kilograms or 6 milligrams per kilogram of body weight is going to be putting you at a higher risk, but it's not going to be improving your performance, so it's not worth it. So a good starting point is 2 milligrams of caffeine per kilogram of body weight. Okay, from there you can kind of tweak it based on how your body responds, because that's another big aspect of caffeine. Some people respond very positively to caffeine. Some people don't respond at all. It's based on prior usage of caffeine. If you haven't taken it in a while, your body is more likely to respond very positively and get that boost in performance. If you're a chronic user, it's not going to affect you as much. Okay. The NCAA guidelines, it is a banned substance at a very high amount. So basically, it comes down to when you take your urine test, there's got to be 15 mcgs per milliliter of blood. So that's equivalent to about 1,000 milligrams or 1 gram of caffeine. So it's a really high amount, but that is to say there are some pre-workouts out there. If you take a couple scoops, you could definitely be, up to that number. So you got to be really careful, know exactly what you're taking, what you're putting into your body. And then in terms of who's going to benefit, again, it's endurance athletes. It's not going to be your power lifters necessarily. So endurance athletes are going to, benefit from some caffeine usage. Okay. If you have any questions, you guys can refer to your NCAA guidelines, or you can come to me and ask me for any other questions you may have. All right. God bless and have a great night.